Welcome to the MLG 2011 Pro Circuit. This is MLG Championship Sunday, Dallas, Texas. Let me hear some noise. There we go.
Finally. They've been quiet all weekend.
Oh boy, guys. It is MLG Championship Sunday here on the Halo Reach stream. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, joined in the booth by pro players turned commentators. We have Shockwave at the end, and sitting next to me, we have Gandhi. Guys, incredible weekend so far. Intense matches all day through the losers bracket. But right now, we are focusing on the winners bracket. We are kicking it off with our winners bracket finals. We're down to our top two teams. At the top of the bracket, we have Impact, and at the bottom, we have Status Quo. And let's take a minute to meet our first team of the night. Wearing red, we have SQ. And guys, we got to talk about this team we saw on the left there. They're wearing yellow tonight. They'll be wearing red in-game. It's Status Quo. They finished second at our 2010 National Championships. They're looking to finish first place for the first time in their careers here in Dallas, Texas.
And it's the very good possibility. This team as a collective is really coming together here. At Friday, forget about Friday. This team's completely different than then. This is the team we expected to see, especially come Championship Sunday.
Yeah, and I love the way they're playing right now. They're playing all together as a team. Not a single member of their team breaking the top 20 in stats so far this tournament, but all across the board, completely solid.
All right, and now we have to meet our team wearing blue tonight. New guys to the pro circuit, featuring a veteran in Mason Cobb, better known as Neighbor. He's a fan favorite. Let's meet Impact. Now this is a group of guys, you see all of them watching their video up on the main monitor behind them. Now you see Mason at the end, he's the veteran, but the other three guys really broke out last year through our amateur combines. Now they're sitting on the main stage. They will be pros this season for sure. Lethal, I saw him in the venue at 8 a.m. this morning. He only got 2 hours of sleep because he's been so excited for this matchup. They've been shocking everyone all week, and they started with the 3-0 sweep of Final Boss on Friday, and since then, they have not looked back.
Yeah, well, this is the happiest team in the venue, and they have a big reason to. Everyone doubted them, including us. I'll admit it. We had no idea you would beat Final Boss, but you proved us wrong, and you guys haven't looked back, like you said. This team is playing incredible. Neighbor isn't even the main slayer. Lethal is, which took off a huge relief from him.
Yeah, I got to say, so far this tournament, this has been by far my favorite team to watch. Some of these guys, not household names for the Halo viewers out there, but these guys are playing some sick Halo. They each can do whatever it takes to win.
All right, well, one of these teams will advance to our finals, and they may take home this trophy. Beautiful trophy. Thank you guys for putting that together for us, League Operations. It's time to get our winners bracket started. Here we go. We are kicking it off with our winners bracket finals. Game type number 1, capture the flag on Sanctuary. I love this crowd in Dallas right now.
Did you hear that?
Let's say no to Status Quo. I'm loving it. All right, we are kicking this one off with Neighbor. As we touched on in the pregame, Neighbor no longer the main slayer for this team. He is actually going to be running a lot of objectives. He's going to let Lethal get that sniper. But look at this. It looks like they are going to switch up their strategy for the first time here on Sanctuary. We're going to see Neighbor get the sniper at the start of the game, and he charges immediately to the rocks when Safely is going to move back into Ring 2 after missing his shot.
Well, this is exactly how he used to play back in Halo 2. He used to be extremely aggressive and always caught me off guard every time I played him on this Sanctuary map.
All right, we have a sniper in the hands of Ace over there for Status Quo. On our screen, we have Neighbor, but Lethal has the rockets, and he's pushing into the SQ base here. I'd love to go to Lethal's screen when we get a chance, Genius.
Flag
Neighbor looking around. The jump ups could not find a Neighbor. Put a few shots on him, and now he's going to run back towards his ring one. You see the flag moving ring one. They need to pick up a few kills, though. All 4 members of Status Quo are alive, but Lethal, with those rockets, pushed into the Status Quo base, and is going to get this flag all the way back to his capture point. Almost going to get it in. He's about a foot away. Can anyone from this Impact squad get back in time? It looks like we have Adrenaline on our screen, and he is going to make his way in there. Neighbor coming up from behind, and the flag is going to be captured. So once again, Impact is going to be the first to draw blood. They're up 1-0 in the game.
Yeah, and I love the way Impact played that first cap. They saw an opening, and you could see Lethal, even with the rockets, a weapon no other player usually would pick up, or no one would grab the flag. He decided to do a great job, ran it bottom middle, easy cap for Impact.
Neighbor with the rockets now only had 1 rocket, but he makes it into a double kill, and now he has been tripled. That's going to get the crowd behind him. He's got his overkill in front of him, and Ace stayed alive just long enough for him not to get the overkill medal. If he did, they would have had even more momentum.
Well, look at this. They're running a second flag, and that first flag, Status Quo should have been able to stop because they had all 4 alive. I'm not sure what they're doing right now, but if they don't wake up, they're going to lose this game quickly.
Yeah, it is game 1, so they might just have to shake it off, get their things in order. We've seen Status Quo go down early, but come firing right back.
Yeah, we have Status Quo, a great team, but plays a lot on momentum. In order for them to win the game, they're going to need to start getting these kills on Impact, start turning the momentum in their favor. But we've seen Impact come out really strong before, especially last night in the winter semis. They came out capping 3 quick times in Countdown CTF, and that really propelled them to a series win.
Neighbor is on your screen right now here from Impact. The veteran went pro in 2005, fan favorite since 2008 when he really broke out with straight ripping. Then he's been on a number of teams since then, guys. He's been on Final Boss, he's played with Triggers Down, he's been on Instinct. Basically any team that you're familiar with in Halo history here at MLG, Neighbor's played with them at one point.
And he's a great player to pick up. It's just, he's a player who has to be comfortable throughout it. Ever since he left Straight Rippin' and joined Final Boss, he hasn't got that comfortable feeling. But as you can see on this team, this is the happiest Neighbor we've seen, and he's making big plays already.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Well, I was going to say that even though he was on all of those different teams, the major thing with Neighbor is the fact that he needs to find, like you said, Scott, his comfort zone. With this new team, I'm thinking he doesn't feel any sort of the pressure he was on any of those other big-name squads.
Yeah, he seems to be getting along great with these young guys on this Impact lineup. Right now we saw Adrenaline using the rockets, trying to keep that flag alive. Remember, there's no touch return on Sanctuary. The only way to get that flag back to your base is by the timer. If the flag is not touched, is it 10 or 15?
15 seconds,
That's
Chris.
what I thought. Wanted to make sure I'm perfect tonight. If it's not touched in 15 seconds, the flag will return on its own. And Adrenaline taking some really sneaky routes here, guys. We saw him break out on the Combine last year. He's got a great shot, and from what we saw last night, he's not necessarily going to be at the top of the leaderboard every game, but he's never going to let you down. Very consistent player.
I love how the way he's playing. Now, as soon as I saw that sniper drop, my first instinct was, okay, Adrenaline's going to go and pick it up. But he knows that if Lethal or Neighbor or even Amish gets the sniper, they have the potential to take the game over. Great heads-up play, extremely selfless player. Adrenaline, welcome to the top 4. Top 3, actually. Winners Finals.
Guaranteed top 3 at this point. We got Neighbor in the base. He has a flag out here from Impact.
Flag drop.
Neighbor chasing down players, so he's just going to pull the flag, using that as a distraction. Right now, Lethal trying to protect the Impact flag. And Neighbor from Status Quo and Flamesword converged on Lethal, though he's going to be taken down. Let's go back to the red team. Flamesword's running this one in.
Flamesword did an incredible play right there. He was the original player on Status Quo running that flag capture, but he knew that he was going to be in trouble, decided to double back into the ring and come all the way around for the back snack and the easy flag cap.
Flamesword putting in the first flag for SQ. It's all tied up 1-1. And as we see here, Flamesword is the best communicator on this team. He won Best Leader in 2010, voted on by the rest of the pros in the league. And he's kind of like a player coach. a lot of people compare him to Walshy, but I think he's even better than Walshy ever was as a player coach in game.
Yeah, for sure. The one thing he talks about that's most important is he's always mentioning whether or not he has a player's help or not. That's the major thing. A lot of players, they'll communicate, they'll call out where the other person is. They'll say one shot here, this shot here. Flamesword, his communication is much more important. He talks about, hey, I have your help. Push back. I'm going to be here for you. That's the kind of things you want to know when you're on a team.
Status Quo unable to lock down the power weapons. Finally, I see Enable with the sniper in his hands, and Flamesword going for those new rockets. He knows there was a lot of Impact members moving in on him. He was able to shoot the rocket, picking up the double, and now Enable firing that rocket, able to stay alive. He's on a spree, and he had a sniper that he dropped for these rockets. As we talk to the pros, rockets always more important than the snipe.
I'm not sure how Enable stayed alive there, but I think he's figured out the rocket splash perfectly here, guys. Take notes on these last 2 kills. He didn't even barely take any damage on that second kill.
I love how he just turns his head. He like shoots it and whips his head to the side, avoiding all the splash damage, sprinting away. And now you got Enable pushing into the base. If he can beat Adrenaline here, they have an opportunity at a flag cap. Ace is behind Adrenaline on a pinch. All 3 members of Status Quo, you see Flamesword finishing it off with the green gun, picking up the kill on Adrenaline. Now they're going to be moving that flag. Nice job by Lethal to stay alive, though. He was the last one alive. Stopped the flag momentarily. Now poking out in his courtyard, putting heavy shots on it. Looked like Ace, but Enable's going to be able to keep this flag moving.
And this is going to be the second successful flag run we've seen go through the courtyard. Status Quo so far is the only team who's effectively run the other team's flag through their courtyard. I think I like it better than Rocks.
Yeah, one of the main things about running that flag through the courtyard is if they get the kills at the sniper spot or the sniper side of the map, they're gonna know the other team's spawning in the rocks, which means that courtyard is gonna be open. This is just Status Quo knowing the spawn system.
Triple kill out of Lethal here, guys. He is going off right now.
Flag dropped.
He's going for his 4th, but Assault is going to end his little spree. We got Amish on the carbine. We got a player with the jetpack. And what are you pointing at, Scott?
Adrenaline's running in the flag right now. Chris, he's got it all the way to his sniper. He's going to be right through the jetpack. He's going to get this flag in.
Yeah, I think it's safe. Lethal cleared the way with that triple kill. The rest of his teammates are there to back him up, and Adrenaline is going to be able to put this one in.
Yeah, but right here, you're going to have to see the Impact's going to have to be careful because Status Quo made a mad dash to the Impact base and are running a flag of their own.
Enable running this flag through the shoddy side. It looks like we got a counter cap out of Status Quo. Neighbor running a counter cap of his own. Now remember, you don't need your flag at home to score here on Sanctuary, so if Neighbor gets this back before Enable's able to put it in, they'll just win the game, even if Enable is able to put it in. So Status Quo needs to focus more on defense than offense, but Lethal has another triple, and he just got the extermination. All 4 members dead. Lethal doing it all, and Adrenaline's putting it in. Adrenaline taken out. Amish is lining up. Meanwhile, you are watching Lethal just slay everything, and that is going to be the game. Wow. 3-1. Impact scoring 3 flags, all 3 sparked by Lethal's amazing slaying.